Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to my new moon in Gemini donation-based workshop. If you have not made a donation yet, don't worry, you still can. You can make one now or you can make one at the end. And remember that I'm grateful for every single donation that is made, and I hope that you utilize this powerful resource to connect with this energy, connect with practices, and really work with what is going on within the planets, within the moon, within the stars. So this new moon in Gemini is happening on June 17th. If you're taking this before or after, it's fine. This energy is still strong. This energy is still with us, so have no fear. And if you're taking it on that date, then wonderful. Welcome, hello, and happy new moon. So this new moon in Gemini is kind of an interesting one because we have this energy that's kind of like foggy, maybe a little delusional, which could be like good but also bad. And then we also have this like unrealistic energy as well. So be very cautious when you're making decisions. Be cautious of like miscommunications. That doesn't mean that this is going to happen, but it's a little bit more likely. So make sure that we're being very clear and we're understanding where people are coming from, especially when we're having like more important conversations. There could be a little bit of a confusing energy in the air as well. So if you're not feeling like you can make really definitive decisions right now, that's okay. Don't worry. You're not missing anything. So be very careful with your decisions and the way that you speak and the way that you're receiving information from other people as well, to make sure that you are hearing each other clearly, without confusion, without miscommunication. There's also this energy of like new love and connections. It's like a flirty energy, which is a very Gemini energy thing. Flirtatious. This is a really good time to go out and be social, to get into a community, to meet new people. So be very open to that. It's very fun and social, very community driven. This is also a time to speak our truth. Again, we have that energy of being careful with miscommunication. So be careful when you're speaking your truth, but make sure that you're like very expressive. Do so in a way that's very clear. Maybe even speaking to people that you just know truly understand you. This is also the time to really live the life that you dream of now, right? So if you can make one small move, like maybe there's a social gathering that you've wanted to go to, and there's one happening this weekend, and you're like, I haven't done that, but there's a part of you that's like, that is the life I want to live, and that's who I want to be. Now is the weekend to do it. Get out and do it. Try something new. This energy of this Gemini new moon is very supportive of that. This is a time where we're going to be listening to people, having really in-depth conversations. This is when we're going to be hearing new perspectives and very open-minded to receiving that information, new ideas, new informations, new perspectives. And a lot of that is going to come through our conversations with other people or hearing and listening. So as much as we may feel called to speak our truth, it's also a really good time to make sure that we stop and listen, and really receive information as well. So for this new moon, the ritual that I want to introduce you to, it may sound very simple, but I want to utilize this energy of Gemini and speaking our truth. So what we're going to do is we're going to set our intentions. Okay, so your intentions could look like the things you want to call in, the things you want to do, who you want to be, but I want you to write them down all in a way that is as if you already have them. So if you don't have a pen and paper now, go ahead and get one. You can actually write this one in your journal. Sometimes I'll have you like burn these things. This one we don't need to burn because you're going to need to hold on to it for a while. So write it down wherever you're going to be able to keep it. Get a pen and paper, pause this if you need to, and then come back and we're going to set our intentions. So we're going to write down everything that we want, everything that we want to call in, everything that we want to do, who we want to be in detail, as if we already have it, okay? So I am, or I have, anything like that. And then we're going to speak them out loud. We're going to use this Gemini energy of speaking and speaking our truth and speaking things into existence to amplify them. So you're going to go down this list and you're going to say it out loud. You can amplify that even more and do it in front of a mirror while speaking it out loud. That's very, very, very powerful. So you can stand in front of a mirror with your list and you can speak it out loud. You can say, I have fully booked sessions every week, every month, every year. You could say anything that feels right for you. I have a brand new car. Maybe it's a specific kind that you're calling in. Maybe you're starting a business and you're saying like, I am whatever this new thing is. But what you're going to do is you're going to speak this out loud every day for 30 days. Okay. I want you to connect to your voice, to speaking your truth, to saying it out loud and claiming it. And also, I want you to connect with a friend. someone that you can really, really trust, someone that you know like really supports your vision. Don't do this with anyone who's going to have any weird feelings about it, because they're going to be bringing some nasty energy into it, okay? And if you don't have anyone, that's okay. I totally understand. But if you have someone that you can fully trust, I want you to contact them and say, hey, I really want to speak our intentions out loud to each other and get them in on this practice. Send them this workshop. Good friends share resources. And then just say it out loud to each other. So like, what do you want? What are your intentions? And tell your friend that you trust. Speak it out loud. Have a conversation about these things you want to call in, because it's so fun when you can have those moments of like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to have that. And your friend is also going to be envisioning this for you and seeing it for you. And that is just so incredibly powerful. So utilize this beautiful practice, okay? Tell a friend, share the workshop, connect to the practices. And now we're going to get into our prompts. So these are things that I want you to write down and ask yourself. You can put these in a journal, that's totally fine. But the questions that I want you to start with are, what does my dream life look like? Again, take your time with these practices. Pause this. Take as long as you need to complete it, because I want you to connect to it and really ask yourself, what does my dream life look like in detail? How do I dress? How do I look? What do I do with my time? Where do I live? Who do I hang out with? Everything. What does it look like? Write it down, but I also want you to visualize it. And as you're seeing it, write down what you're seeing. The next question I want you to ask yourself is, what do I want out of life? What do I want out of life? So it's a little different than what does my dream life look like, because that's your, your dream life and how you're living it. But what do you want out of life? Do you want children? Do you want a partner? Do you want to help people? Do you want to travel? How do you want to live? What do you want this life to give you? Who do you want to be in this life? What do you want out of life? And then one more thing, a little practice for this new moon, is get out and do something social and something new. So if there's like an event that you've been wanting to go to, or something you've wanted to go see, maybe there's a farmer's market, maybe it's a movie, maybe it's a show, get out and do it. Even if you have to go by yourself, this is the perfect time to get out and do something social. Even if you have to go alone, make new connections. Put yourself out there and really see what you can receive from that night. What kind of conversations can you have? What kind of people do you meet? Because there's so much beautiful energy out here supporting new connections, love, good conversations, new perspectives, really wonderful supportive energy. So as I sat down to pull cards for this new moon, the first one that came up was a card of commitment or like contracts. So I feel like there is an element here of like new love and connections, new business partnerships. Like a lot of us are going to be like, holy crap, all these connections I just made are like kind of changing the game for me. There's a bit of shadow work here as well. So there may be some stuff surfacing again with that energy of like miscommunications. You could be having conversations. Oh my gosh, they're telling me that this is people maybe coming back. Just want to remind you, if you have an ex come back, really ask yourself if that's who you like really truly want, because you may be having that come and happen. I feel like, okay, we have the card of justice, karma. I definitely get a feeling here that there is going to be some stuff played out. I feel like some people are going to have some realizations about maybe, some of the actions that they have made and harm that they have done. So you may be getting an apology from somebody who lacked clarity before, and now they're looking back being like, what the heck was I doing? Again, really strong emphasis of community here. I love that. Coming together, connecting with your friends. I feel like this is the time where you're going to feel so supported by the people around you. Empowered. So ready to kind of show up fully and wholly, exactly as you are. So I know that earlier we're talking about the energy and how it feels a little foggy and unrealistic and maybe confusing. But as much as we have that kind of going on and floating around, I feel like majority of this energy, you're still feeling very clear on who you are. You may not be clear on exactly where you're going or what you want to do next, but like who you are is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. There's this energy of being that may be why there's like conflicts as well right now. I feel like there's an energy here of saying like, I know who I am. Like, I'm not going to shrink myself anymore. And that may be causing some issues in the circles that you used to run in. We want to find joy, okay? This beautiful, fun energy of Gemini, conversations, childlike exploration, learning, intellect, love. Love keeps coming through. So I just want you guys to have a really open mind right now that like love is literally in the air. The air sign of Gemini, love is in the air. There's a lot going on here, really supporting new connections. So I don't want us to like limit this to only like lovers and partners. This is also like friends that you have such a deep connection with. There's so much beautiful energy happening right now with connections, which I think is so amazing and so beautiful and so exciting. I love that so much. I'm so excited to see like what happens. So excited to see how this plays out. It's such a beautiful energy. Oh, look what's on the bottom. I love that. I love that. This is amazing. The energy of the sun. I honestly don't even need to pull anymore. All right. Things have not necessarily been easy. I feel like we've done a lot of healing. I feel like we may have even had like ego deaths, but we're coming out of it with a really strong sense of self. You maybe you're visiting a little bit of chaotic energy that you had before where you were like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I feel like that may be like kind of resurfacing, but it's like more like a thought than an actual experience. So just remember like you might be just having some like past residual feelings. It's not necessarily like you're off track again. You're just kind of revisiting some old emotions. You know, again, we had this kind of talking about doing a little bit of healing as well. So that may be what this resurfacing could be bringing. The energy of the sun. We have love. We have commitments. We have community. I'm like, this is just great. I may be biased because I'm a Gemini, but whoo, this is great. Emotional world, emotional growth, wisdom. Are you kidding me right now? It couldn't be any more clear that this new moon is all about new connections. Love, friends, community. I really love this for us. This is so exciting. So for the guided meditation portion of this workshop, this doesn't feel like a time where I feel like we need to like, glue our butts to the earth and just like get really grounded. I know we need to get grounded, but there's just kind of a lot going on around us. So what I want to work on today is just creating a really clear channel. I want us to be able to listen to the intellect and to the mind and the clarity and the information we're receiving, but I also want us to feel grounded. So just like really centered, really aligned, and that's what we're going to focus on. I want you to be putting a lot of your energy into speaking these intentions and to like making these connections and saying things out loud more than I want you to just like sit in meditation, because this is a time to be a little bit more active. So go ahead and just get comfortable. You can sit down. And I want you to be sitting for this one with your back straight, your shoulders back. A clear channel from the base of your spine all the way to the top of your head. So instead of having your head like this, just chuck at your chin just a little bit so that your spine can stay straight. Create this really clear channel. Take some breaths. Breathe it in. And be present with this. I want you to draw your attention to the base of your spine. And at the base of the spine, I want you to imagine the color red and start to envision some roots growing down from this color red at the base of your spine. Just these roots growing down into the earth. You can see 4 roots from the base of your spine growing deep into the earth and getting bigger and bigger and deeper. And then you can start to see that these 4 roots that are coming from the base of your spine start to grow roots of their own, just expanding and growing rapidly. Deep into the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth if you wish. feeling the connection to the Divine Mother beneath us, feeling this grounding, safe, sacred energy, keeping our feet on the ground, connected to the Divine Mother. And I want you to move up to the space below the belly button, the space of the womb or the sex organs, and start to imagine the color orange just radiating in that space, our center of creativity, our sacral chakra, where our creations go to grow and to amplify before being birthed and shared with the world. All the creative energy, our sexual energy, and then I want you to move up to the space above the belly button and start envisioning the color gold or yellow, our solar plexus, our willpower, our inner strength, our confidence, the space where the ego lives. Just amplifying this radiant golden light. Feeling our inner power and strength, our confidence, worthiness. And then I want you to draw your attention to your heart space in the center of the chest. Start envisioning the color green, our heart chakra, the space of connections, love, our emotions. They will receive love and give love. And just feeling the energy of love itself, radiating from the inside out. And then moving up to the throat, the center of the throat chakra, starting to envision the color blue. This is our space of expression, using our voice, sharing our gifts, sharing our creations, expression in all forms. And moving up to the space between the eyebrows, the third eye, the inner eye, envisioning the color indigo. Like a beautiful mix between purple and blue. Our space of intuition, inner knowing, inner wisdom. Feeling that insight. And then moving up to the crown of the head, the crown chakra. Just envisioning the color white, maybe envisioning the crown of your head opening up and this beam of light going up, and a beam of light from the divine above coming down and meeting it. And as this beam of light meets, I want you to envision that it is coming down all the way through all of the chakras, all the way down to the base of the spine, creating this clear channel of white light, a divine connection between heaven and earth. Really clearing out all these energy centers. Clear channel, grounded channel. connected channel, opening that crown chakra to the divine wisdom from above, higher knowledge, and just take it all in as you feel this beam of light really cleansing and grounding you, bringing clarity and stability simultaneously. Feel clear, feel empowered, feel grounded, knowing that you're prepared for everything that is to come. And you can stay in this moment as long as you would like to, or you can start to wiggle your toes and come out now. Just remember that you can revisit these meditations and these practices whenever you want. I highly recommend that you do them more than once. You can make a donation once and revisit them. I'm so grateful for you being here and taking this workshop and utilizing this resource. Please let me know in the comments or send me an email and let me know how this was for you. I have personal one-on-one sessions for medium readings, psychic readings, energy healing, as well as spiritual mentorship. And I also have a new option for email readings for those who just need like a quick little check-in. But I'm so grateful. If you want any more information, you can follow the link to my website. Follow me on Instagram, stay connected, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for taking my workshop.